Hey, what's going on Facebook? Dexter and Tanya here.
Good
I hope you
evening.
guys are doing phenomenal,
Good
right?
evening.
That's what we hope that you're doing. So, look, we wanted to come up here just for a few minutes because what we'd like to do is just share a few minutes, right? Let me make sure that we're live and everything as well. Can you check, Tanya?
We on my page?
There we go. Yeah. Okay. There it is. All right. So we don't know how many people will get on. We're going to talk to the folks who get on. But the question that Tanya and I have for you is, are you hungry or comfortable? Right?
Yeah.
Are you hungry or comfortable? And we're going to ask whoever's watching, if you like to share the broadcast, share it on your page or tag somebody that needs to hear this. Because Tanya and I have been having a lot of dialogue today, and we're like, are they hungry? And let me define hungry. Are they hungry for more out of life? Are they hungry to do more things? Are they hungry to experience more out of life, or are they comfortable? And I was telling Tanya today, I said, I'm tired of being around comfortable people. And I want you to hear that. I told her today,
He did.
I'm tired of being around comfortable people.
He did.
Because this is what happens when comfortable people become around, stay around each other. All it is mediocrity times 10. Nobody's doing anything. You know what? As a matter of fact, Grant Cardone talks about 10x. Yeah, you're 10x in your mediocrity. That's what you're doing. When you're around people that are mediocre and they don't want anything else out of their lives, then you're 10xing, but you're 10xing your mediocrity. There's a quote, I think it's Mark Twain. He said, a ship is beautiful in its harbor, but that's not what it was created for. So you ever been to a dock
I love
and
that
you look
quote.
at ships and boats and they're just beautiful at dock. They look
But
great,
that's not what they
but
were
that's not what they
created
were created
for.
for. You were not created for mediocrity. But so if you're living in mediocrity, what are you doing different to get out of it? If you're in mediocrity and you're not doing anything different, then you're comfortable. So that's the question that we're asking is, are you hungry or are you comfortable? And the simple fact is this: if you're not changing, you are declining. Either you're declining or increasing. Either you're declining or increasing. And there's 7 people watching. If it doesn't get above 7, we're talking to the 7. Are you comfortable or are you hungry? That's the question.
No, I'm
What you would you to
processing.
ask to add to that?
Yeah,
Because
I guess you want to say that again.
no, what do you want to add to it? Because it's the simple fact of, if you're not doing anything to change your current situation, then you're comfortable. When you start seeing people leave your circle because it's something that they see in you that they just not getting, and that's what I'm saying. You need to be hungry, and that's hungry for the next level, upgraded level, whatever you want to call it. You just need to be hungry.
Would you say that too? That there's some people are uncomfortable being comfortable.
Um,
Is
well,
anybody out there
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable being comfortable?
That's
Because
kind of
it
a deep. That's a deep question.
It
But go
is
ahead.
deep,
Go ahead.
but because I think a lot of times too, there's some people who are comfortable, but they don't like the fact that they are, and they're trying to figure out, is that you? Who can relate to that? And you're trying to figure out what to do or what steps to take. And I hear you, because even today, as we've been talking and sharing a lot today, it's been a matter of, man, come on, people. And I think a lot of times we hear from people, we hear what they say, and we're hearing them being tired and wanting more and desiring more, but not doing anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the thing right there
That's
that
good.
sometimes gets, yeah, for how
Okay.
long we'll be.
Okay.
Sometimes it gets people to feeling a bit, or get having people, when you said to me, like, to feel a bit off with people.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we're just having a little bit of a conversation, all
Yeah.
right? We're asking you, are you hungry or are you comfortable? And I just want to know, are you uncomfortable with that comfort? Well, what is comfort? What's comfort? Comfort is, and I can speak for myself, I know, even though I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul, even though I don't feel necessarily good about myself, even though I'm afraid I at least know what it's like because I've been doing it and I've been living it for so long. So I know what to expect. And that's comfort. I don't care for it, but I'm comfortable.
Right.
So that's what I mean when I say, if there's anybody out here listening right now, and I don't want to be comfortable anymore, then it's time for you to get uncomfortable with getting out of your way.
That's good, Tony.
That's what it's going to take. That's what it took for me. That's what it took, I'll say, even for us. The difference between me and my husband, Dexter, you've always been one to think big. You've been a dreamer, and you would be one to take chances a lot faster than I would. I didn't take chances because I didn't want to mess up. And this just goes into my personality.
I think that's the key. I'll bring it back up.
Okay, I didn't want to mess up. I didn't want to get it wrong. I didn't want to I can break down this real deep on many different levels. I don't want to be laughed at. I don't want to be picked on. Well, why would I even come up with those types of things? It's because I dealt with it growing up. I got laughed at. I was picked on. I was mistreated. I've been through rejection. So all of those types of things fed into my personality. But you want to know why it did? It did because I accepted it and I pondered on it.
Right.
And it became a part of who I am, opposed to me. And at the time, I didn't know how to do this, but I'm dropping even a tip and a nugget to you right now for those who need to know and want to hear. Is when the Word of God tells us how to grab hold of thoughts, taking all thoughts captive. This is what we would do. But instead of taking it captive, what we would do is entertain it.
Yeah, that's good.
And the entertainment of that caused it to deepen. Now you get older, and you're wondering, why can't I? Why don't I? How could I? And then I go back into, well, at least I know how to rob Peter to pay Paul. It don't feel good, but at least I know what to do.
Right.
Well, do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
But you're going to have to get out of your way. You're going to have to make some different decisions in order for you to elevate to where it is that you desire in life. And please hear me. Hear us. That's for you. That's for you. And I'll say to you what I said last night to another group that we were talking to. And I pray that you get this, because this is the thing that a lot of times we don't get and we don't understand. But I'm like, God has given us everything that we need, and He's already done it. It's ours, but you have to go get it.
Yes.
You have to go after it. You have to accept it. You have to learn. You talk about a baby. Can I say? I'm going to just give you the visual that came to my mind, probably because we just saw a nephew. But it's like, even for a baby to be born, there's abilities that child have, but he still got to learn. They still got to be potty trained. They still got to walk, learn to walk. Am I making sense? So there are things that we still have to learn and get over time. I have to go after what's mine and what's so, even down to getting potty trained.
That's good.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's yours, but it's up to you to go get it and accept the gift. Say, thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you for my next. Thank you for my elevation. Thank you for my new. Thank you, Lord. And when you thank Him, you go after it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part that we have to play.
That's good. That's good.
Please hear us on tonight.
Yeah, you guys really get that. And we just wanted to come up here for a few minutes and just share this with you, because we know what our mission is. Our mission is to upgrade people. And it gets frustrating sometimes when you try to upgrade people and they don't want to be upgraded. And you always are searching and searching and searching. You're trying to find the people who actually are hungry and they're not comfortable. There's a quote that says, a child falls down 50 times trying to walk, but they never say, that's not for me. They don't just, forget it, I'm not going to walk. And I'm like, so what happened with us as adults? Because Tanya and our avatar, the people who follow us on social media, are all adults. So you're an adult. What happened that you were given a gift and you have not opened it yet? It's still wrapped up. Think about the fact if you have children that you gave it's February, you gave your child a gift for Christmas and they still haven't opened it.
That's what I'm saying.
And you see it sitting on the counter
Open it.
and they haven't opened it yet. How would you feel? How would you feel? It's good.
No,
Don't
open
miss
it
that. That's
and
good.
use it.
That's what we're trying to say.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we're trying to say.
I'm gonna say this all the
Are you
time.
Are you hungry or are you comfortable? And again, for those of you guys that just got on, I told Tanya today, I am frustrated with comfortable people. I don't want to be around them anymore. I don't, because the hunger inside of me. As a matter of fact, there's a quote by Og Mandino, and he talks about there's an inner fire inside of me that has been passed down from generations uncounted. And its heat is a constant irritation to my spirit to be more than I am, and I will. I mean, it's a quote. It says that it's a heat. If you're tired of being tired, of being tired, then do something about it. Stop sitting around in comfort and mediocrity expecting something else to happen. Guys, look, we all get into a space of being comfortable. I had a friend of mine, he messaged me the other day and he asked me something. And I knew then that I had gotten comfortable. And I said, oh my goodness, I got comfortable. So I've been on a tirade ever since. Because I'm like, there's more to do. Tanya and I gotta feed the hungry. We sent what was it, Tanya, pads?
Sanitary.
We sent sanitary items, pads, all kinds of stuff over to Kenya. And when they finally arrived, we sent them early December. When they finally arrived, they shot a video and they showed us the young girls in line going to pick up the pads. They were excited. They were happy. Tanya and I watched the video, tears running down our eyes, and we said, we have to do more. But we won't do more in mediocrity. We won't do it. And we are trying to tell you that there's more for you to do. You've got to open up the gift. So if you're watching us here on Facebook, or if you're watching us or listening to us on our podcast or on YouTube, what we're trying to tell you is that there's more. There's more for you to do. But if you're going to stay in mediocrity, then you won't do anything else. You'll only serve yourself, and that's it. So we just wanted to come tonight as the upgraders to just simply say and ask you a question. Are you hungry or are you comfortable? And I'm going to say this to you. If you have been in a circle, I'm actually plugging the laptop up. I don't want it to go out.
Go get the charger.
If you have been in a circle for a while, and your circle, your immediate circle, if it has not changed in the last 5 years, and you are not growing, then you have settled in mediocrity. And either you're going to stay in that circle, or you're going to get around new people, new influences that's going to help speak to your gift. We know that we're talking to somebody tonight. You're watching or you're listening right now. We're talking to you. We know that we are, because there's absolutely no way that we can be coming with this kind of passion and it just go off into the atmosphere somewhere, right? We just got off of a presentation, and I said that if there's one person watching, then we're talking to you. If we're only talking to one person, we're talking to you. All the other people, you can get off. I said that, and I meant it, because we're tired of talking to comfortable people. Comfortable people have settled in their ways, and they're not going to change. Richard Branson said, if somebody brings you a great opportunity and you don't know how to do it, say yes and then figure it out. We're bringing you a word, an upgraded word tonight, just to say to you that if you're comfortable, you have two decisions to make. Either you're going to get around people that's going to help you upgrade and elevate, or you're going to stay the same. And now let me say this, and then Tanya, you can say something. Tanya and I have been in our home for almost 5 years. And right at the front door, you guys know that when it rains wood swells, and then it swells, and then it gets back to normal size. Swells, get back to normal size. The crown molding in the ceiling. What I'm trying to tell you is things are always moving. Things are always shifting. That's why if you're in mediocrity, you're declining, because that means you're not growing. So if you look at a house and you have where the wall meets the ceiling and it might start separating, why is it doing that? It's because things are always moving. If you look at a cell under a microscope, it's always moving. Your blood is always moving. It's always moving. If you're not moving, you're not growing. So right at our front door, where our floor comes together, each winter it expands just a little, and then it goes back. And I'm fascinated by that. I'm like, wow. I said, Tanya, we're in a home that's moving right now. Even though we're not moving, the house is moving. If you're not moving,
everything is always moving.
It's always moving.
If you put anything under a microscope, it's moving.
It's moving, it's moving, it's moving. So the
Energy
question is, are you moving? If you're in mediocrity, we are challenging you tonight. We are the upgraders. We challenge you to go to another level. But if you're not going to hear what we're saying, then you might as well drop off. Stop listening. Because there's nothing that we can say to you. There's nothing that we can push you to decide to do more. That's all we wanted to share tonight. I know you got something else?
Well, I did, but I feel like
go
you
for
closed.
it. No, I know. I didn't close it. It's still open.
No,
go for it.
no, I think you did.
Because
It went
people
to
got to
another
listen to
level,
this stuff.
so that's really good.
Yeah.
That was
but
really
I know
good.
you, because
I
Tanya and
just
I've
had
been
a
married.
revelation because I
Yeah.
just threw my hands up. I
There
was
you
like, oh,
go.
that's good. And I was like, but I couldn't put it in at that
Are
moment.
you sure?
I didn't,
See,
you know.
yeah, guys. So what you're seeing here is several elements of failing, working together. We call it the seesaw effect of our marriage. This you guys, as a kid, you got the seesaw. This is how our marriage is. When I don't have anything to say, Tanya has something to say. And it goes just like this. Even in our communication, 20 years of marriage, we've been working on this thing. And we know when the other one has something.
I had something.
You have something.
All right, so.
And you're not using it. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just say this then. I'll say this. This is the thing for those who were here when I threw my hands up, because when we were talking about, and you mentioned the child that walks and how it takes them about how long? How long did you say?
Well, the quote says a child can attempt to walk 50 times and fall down and never say, this is not for me.
And when he said that, so a child can fall down 50 times when they're learning to walk, but they never say, this isn't for me. Literally in that moment, this dropped in my spirit. I said, wow. And it was this, and it took me back to the word, the word be popping, y'all. But it said, where the word of God tells us that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So all I said, that child is watching people walk. Mm-hmm. That child sees that it's so and that it can happen. So that's why even when they fall those 50 times, they don't ever give up, because they see and they know, I can do it. And so in that moment, I thought, wow, that's a testimony that they live by. So that's my thing to you. And it reminds me of my sister in love. She has a quote, I love her quote, where she says, if it has been done, it can be done. So even tonight, as we talk to you about getting out of your own way, as we talk to you about not living a life of mediocrity, as we talk to you about opening up your gift of life and actually using it, all of those things, you need to know that it's already been done. And because it has, then you can too. So go through your process, but do not give up. Don't stop. Don't pull back. You have to keep going. And I speak so passionately about it because I've lived it. And I'm grateful that even in our marriage that he had a different mindset and I had mine. Iron does sharpen iron. But I speak and I talk and I come with what it is that I come with, because I have can I be real with you? Can I be real with you? I might have a little bit more of a what's the word than you. What is it? Sometimes with the like what my husband's saying, like I'm tired of this, and I'm like, I know he sure is, and I'm not as tired.
She has more patience, I guess.
I have. That's what
Is
it
that
was.
the right word?
I have more patience. I was looking for the word patience. I do because it was me.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's good. That's
No,
good.
I mean that's why I'm like,
it's-
hey, we were, and we gonna iron, we gonna just keep sharpening each other too. Cause I'm listening, I'm like, he right. Then he can listen like, she right, and that's something I've learned too, man. That'll be a whole nother conversation that we can come up here and have. But one thing that I would tell my husband, because I've done conflict resolution. Come on, y'all, I done help people, I done set people down to be able to bring them to a place where it was like, let's figure this out. So with that being said, this is one thing I learned about conflict. In conflict, everybody's right and everybody's wrong.
Mhm.
Everybody is right and everybody's
That
wrong.
is
And
so
we can
good.
go so deeper in that too, even with perspective. And whatever's right with you, hey, that's what you believe and that's what's so. It could be the same with me. But the other thing that I've gotten is when you communicate though, and when you're both headed toward a commonality, and then you bring those two conversations together and you're talking, then that's how you get to a resolve. You understand? And that's going in a whole nother direction, but I just shared that because even for us, hey, it's all needed. That's my point.
It's good time.
It's all needed.
Yeah.
It's all needed. You're needed. But I won't be able to experience you, or the person who has need of you won't, if you don't get out your way. And if you don't step into what it is that you called to do. If you don't stop making excuses.
Yeah.
If you fall down 50 times, still get up because you can see that it's being done. So you can too.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Get out your way.
That's good. So, guys, we're gonna close.
Get out
We're
your
gonna
way.
close with this. We appreciate you watching. Again, this is going across all of our platforms. So you're listening. This is about our Upgraders podcast. You can find us on Apple, right? Just Upgraders Show. Dexter and Tanya Scott. Our YouTube channel is the Upgraders. This is going across all of our platforms because we want people to know that it's the question that we're challenging you. If you're watching, you're listening. We're challenging you. We're asking you the question: are you hungry or are you comfortable? Only you can answer that question. Now, if you want to, keep hanging with us, join us at upgradersnation.com. That's our Facebook group where we go in and we talk and we share information about the upgrade. Right? We are right now into a gratitude challenge with the Upgraders Nation.
You need to check on them.
We're telling them it's time for you to be grateful because gratitude opens doors.
It does.
So we're going to leave you with this. 2 questions. Are you hungry or are you comfortable? You can answer that. All right? So we're done.
We're done.
Thank you so much for
Spending a
spending a
little
little time with us. Guys, we're Dexter and Tanya Scott, and we are the Upgraders. We may not know you.
But we know what's in you.
Talk to you soon.